Hi guys, and happy 2019. So today I wanted to go through and talk about some of the ways that I prepare for the new year and maybe some tips and tricks that you can use to get organized for the new year. So I'm going to show you the notebooks that I am using for the new year and the different things that I'm using them for. The first notebook that I have is my gratitude journal, and it says this girl runs on lattes and a dream, which is so me. So accurate. Ideally, I could write in this every single day. I usually don't, just being honest. I usually write in it every few days or a couple times a week. But I love to kind of go through and realize how thankful I am for everything in my life. And you can either do it, sometimes I do it just like this, where I write it all out in one big kind of stream of consciousness thing, where I just word vomit everything I'm thankful for onto the page. And then other times I kind of list it like this. But I think that this is such a great thing because there's so many things to be thankful for just every day, and it's always good to remind ourselves of that. And when you're doing something like this, you can realize that it's almost just word association. If you're thankful for the sky, and then you realize that you're thankful for the sun and the clouds, and then you're thankful for the plants, and you can just use anything that you're looking at, because in reality we have so many things to be thankful for that it'll just come to you so easily, and you could easily fill up this whole notebook in one go if you really wanted to. So another notebook that I'm bringing with me into 2019 is my Good Vibes notebook. This would be for ideas or lists. Maybe if you were to use something like this, you could use it for your business or just ideas that you have like that. Basically what I've been using it for so far is more my college plans. In here I've got a lot of notes from things that I've kind of wanted to know more about in my own time. A lot of you know, I'm in a genetics lab, and so sometimes I'll want to brush up on some genetics information or something, and I'll take notes in a notebook like this. And I'm also using it loosely for the GRE, and you could basically put anything you want in it. I usually keep my YouTube ideas and stuff like that in my planner, but if you're a person who does better kind of writing all your ideas in a different notebook like this, then that could work for you too. If you have a job and you're kind of figuring out how to get to the next level, to get a promotion and climb that ladder or something like that, then you can easily write down your ideas in a notebook like this as well. This notebook is my stream of consciousness notebook that I'm bringing into 2019. I haven't really actually tried this before, but I've always wanted to. This one I wanted to try for this year. It's basically just without thinking, just write down everything that comes into your head. So I thought that sounded really cool and nice. So I was trying it, and I feel you just don't realize that you feel the way you feel until your stream of consciousness, writing it down just as it comes into your head. We have so many thoughts that come into our head that we don't even register. It's really kind of telling, and it kind of brings you more knowledge about yourself when you do something like this, and you realize how many thoughts you have that you didn't even realize that you were having. And finally, of course, here is my planner. So my planner is probably my favorite thing that I'm bringing into the new year. This was the first nice planner that I've bought, and I've been really into decorating planners and bullet journaling and stuff like that. So I thought it was time to get a nice planner. So I went to Michael's and I picked this one up, and I'm sure it's not too late to go get yourself a nice planner for 2019 if you haven't gotten one yet. And I just think that using a planner is such a good way. I don't even really use my planner for things that I have to get done. I usually use my phone for that, or my calendar in my phone. I don't even use it for appointments, because obviously it's this big physical thing that I'm not necessarily going to carry with me everywhere. But it's really nice for things like goal setting, and to sit down with your planner and have something physical and tangible like that, and to decorate it and to make plans for your long-term goals with it. I think it's really powerful. So the beginning of my planner has this little baggie type of thing, and I love this because when I have pictures or Polaroids or anything that I want to put in my planner, I can put them in here until I'm ready to be gluing them in or anything like that. If you pick up one of those Michael's planners, I think almost all of them have a little spot like that. I thought mine was so cute. At the front of it says every moment matters, and it starts with what a time to be alive. It has these bigger year view type of things, and it's got 2019 and 2020, so you can look forward 2 years. So if you have like something coming up in the future, I like this because you can kind of highlight it over here to remember to add it to your next planner. And then it has basically by month, it has each day written up here, and I wanted to use this to do my habit tracker. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this for the whole year, especially because I can only really pick like 3 or 4 habits per month to track with this, but I thought it would be a fun thing to try for January. I wrote down like over here in the calendar part of my January, I wrote down my January habits, and the habits that I'm trying to do for January are drinking 3 bottles of water every day, eating 3 healthy meals every day, doing the exercise that I have planned, which I'll show you in a minute, following my skincare routine, trying to heal the skin this year, and work on my social media for 15 minutes. And that's the one that I have actually found is the hardest for me to keep up with. We're working on it. So anyway, as you can see, so I made it with these, and I made like 5 spots so that each of the habits kind of has a little rectangle to fill in if I do it for that day. This planner comes with all kinds of stickers and a contact sheet. I think that I will fill this in. Then I have like the week view, and as you'll see, I'm gonna go in to this part and I'm gonna fill in everything basically that I need to reach my goals. At the back of the planner, they have like all of these free pages, and I love when planners have things like this. I always use them up, as you'll see me do. And this planner also at the end of each month has like a little page or something, and I love that because my friend, she always does like a page, like a month review, and I think that that's just so cute, and it always looks so good in her planner. So you can basically go in here and write about how you feel like your whole month has been, and you can put in some pictures and stuff like that, and it just turns out so adorable. Now I feel like we're getting into how to actually plan for the new year. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I'm like a little bit above average at following through on some of my New Year's resolutions. Definitely not always, but like when I make resolutions to work out more or like to reach a certain goal in running or anything like that by the end of the year, I've so far been pretty much like reaching them. And I think that it's because of the way that I plan this out. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I do and how that helps me to actually follow through on these resolutions. It's easy to just write down like, oh, I want to do all these different things this year, but if you don't have a plan at all, it's going to be really hard to make that happen. My resolutions last year were to stop drinking soda, which I have not had a single sip, much to Garrett's dismay. He's always trying to get me to drink soda with him because you know how like when you're eating unhealthy, you kind of want somebody else to do it with you. He gets a lot like that. I actually just realized that I completely forgot to write down one of my biggest resolutions this year, like food and eating wise, was to cut out all high fructose corn syrup. So other things that I do to make it more likely that I'm going to follow through on my resolutions are to keep them very attainable. I don't put anything crazy that I don't think that I'd be able to follow through. Like for example, imagine if I had written like no sugar in 2019 or something like that, like no bread. Like I'm not gonna do that. That's unrealistic. I do things that are not hard to follow through on. Every time that there's an option for soda, there's options for other things. I can have water or lemonade or something. So I knew going into it, like I had my plan of how I was gonna avoid soda, and I knew that it was something that I could do. This year with high fructose corn syrup, for example, I have already thought through basically like what I'll be giving up. There's a different, like healthier version of everything that has high fructose corn syrup in it anyway. And the only thing that I can think of that will be a little bit of an inconvenience is ketchup, like when I'm out, like if you're at the fair or something, like not having ketchup. But I don't think it will really be, I don't think it'll like ruin my life to not have ketchup with my french fries or something like that. I just love New Year's resolutions, I really do. It's just, the new year brings such a nice energy to kind of evaluate your life. Like how would I like to see my life change? So my resolutions were to spend money mindfully, not impulsively. That is probably like my biggest one. I really want to do it for the whole year. I know that this is gonna be my hardest one, for sure, but I want to just, I'm not saying at all like that I can't spend money on something stupid. I just want to have planned for it and basically have thought it out at least 2 days in advance. I have saving up for travel, wedding, and house, and I basically just wrote that so I could remind myself of why I'm trying not to spend money impulsively. Maybe I'll do a closet tour with you guys eventually, but you guys have seen like a little bit of my shopping habit and it's so bad. And anybody that's friends with me knows that it's so bad. And it's so easy for me to just impulsively buy everything. So I am working on not doing that this year so that I have money for those other things that I care about. I have following my skincare routine, doing every planned workout. It kind of goes along with the money thing where I just want to have a little bit more control over, like a little bit more self-discipline. Then I have eating 3 well-balanced meals and healthy snacks at least 85% of the time. I am pretty good about that, to be honest, like overall. I sometimes don't, big noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that. This one was more for the entire year, but that's studying for the GRE and applying to grad school. That's one of my big goals for 2019 and one of the scariest things that I feel like I need to get done this year. I'm going to be studying for the GRE like next summer with Garrett because he's going to be taking it at the same time as me, so that's kind of nice because I'll have a built-in study buddy. But I am nervous about it because I took the GRE before and I didn't do the best on the math section, so I'm really hoping that I can bring up that score. And I have some people who said that they'd help me with the math, and I hope that they are ready to be taken up on that. Film and upload 2 videos a week. That was another one of my big goals. And the reason why I wanted to do that, and I wanted to do it kind of as per week, because I was trying to upload like every Saturday and it was just really hard to get that exact day, but at the same time I really love the filming and editing and uploading process, so I wanted to kind of not put the pressure on myself to do it on a certain day, but to have the goal of doing 2 a week. I'm working on my social media, which we already talked about, to connect with current friends regularly and meet new friends. I think I'm pretty good about that overall. I just wrote down create. I have such a creative side that I don't always express. I just want to kind of have that balance and remember to create things. Read 30 new books. I think that I will end up like easily passing that. I read 2 books for the new year and it's only January 6th, so I know that's like ridiculous, but spend lots of time outdoors, make memories with friends whenever possible. This one is a big one for me that I'm really hoping I can do, and this was kind of, I feel like, more of like a therapeutic goal than just like a regular 2019 resolution, but it was, don't worry about whether anything you're doing has been done before or whether people will judge you for it, as long as it resonates with you. Meaning, like, for example, like I'm making a Plan With Me video right now, like that's been done so many times by so many amazing people, and like are people gonna be like, oh, you're just such a copycat, like you're just copying their ideas and stuff. But I think that basically, like as I said, like as long as it resonates with you, as long as it's something that you're excited about doing, I don't think that there's like a wrong way to do it, even if it's similar to something that's already been done. Obviously not going out of my way to copy anyone, but I want to just stop worrying about if I am. No matter what you want to do, even if it's been done before, the way that you do it is going to be unique, so you should do it anyway. Oh, and of course I have my cutout high fructose corn syrup that I'd almost forgotten to add to my list that I just wrote in. But once you've got your whole list, then it's time to go back through and think individually about how you're gonna basically add these to your plan and incorporate them into your everyday life. So if I started with like spending money mindfully, then what I would do is I would go back into my weekly view and I would plan what I'm gonna spend my money on. Basically doing it that I would like to, you know, like if life happens, I won't beat myself up about it is all I'm saying, but overall my biggest goal is gonna be to not spend any money on anything that I haven't written down that I was planning on spending money on. That's all I'm gonna spend my money on. Something like a pair of boots that I feel like is calling to me in a store, that's not on my list, so I can't go in and buy them. And if I realized that I like really wanted like some kind of clothing, then I would write it down and like sit on it for a few days and make sure that it was something that I really needed, and I would like think about my financial situation and like what I'm saving up for and whether it makes sense to buy it now too. Like I know clothing things that I want to get, I just have actually thought about them and I've actually planned on them. And then saving up, I feel like goes along with that. I didn't make it yet, but I might make some kind of a little saving chart, like bullet journal page in the back of my agenda at some point so I can track how much I'm saving and what my goal is to save in 2019. Doing every planned workout. So as you will have seen, I plan out my workouts and I usually plan them out for the following week. My usual strategy is I do every other day. I do running or I do weight training. And that's just what works for me. And I do go to the gym like almost every day. I know that that might sound like a lot, but it's so that I don't feel stressed out or pressured if, say that I'm going home and we have a lot of plans for like 4 days and I'm gonna miss my workout for 4 days. I just feel better about that if I'm working out almost every day in general. So as far as like eating healthy meals, I've written down some food ideas and I'm gonna add to this, I'm sure, like as I have other ideas, but these are just kind of some nice go-to meals that I can kind of incorporate into my healthy lifestyle, I feel like. Moving on to reading new books, I have the book challenge that I just made up really quick, basically as just a page in my planner, sort of as like a bullet journal type of thing, where I'm going to write down the names of all of the books that I read in 2019. And filming and uploading 2 videos a week. As you'll have seen, I'm putting in which days I'm going to be filming, which days I'll be editing. I'm going to write down like the video that I'm filming and everything like that. I think that filming the Christmas tree pickout that we did was one of my favorite videos, just because it made me feel how much I started this YouTube channel like as with one of the goals to be to kind of connect with other people, pass on some advice and get advice from other people, and to share in like that kind of inspiration. But my other goal was to document my life more and to have all of these memories to look back on. And having the video of that day and like laughing at it while I was editing it and stuff like that just really like cemented for me how much I want to work on my YouTube, how much I want to be vlogging and keeping up with it and doing stuff like that, so I have it all to look back on. So yeah, that's basically how I add in my resolutions into my everyday schedule, and that is the biggest thing that I can say that will help you keep your resolutions. If you keep doing that regularly, then you will be completely like able to keep on top of those resolutions, because it's not even something you have to think about. It's just planned right there into your schedule. Obviously, like this kind of works better if you're used to having a planner, but even if this is your first time using a planner, if you can get really into it, then I think that it's something that can really help you out. Let me show you the stickers and things like that that I use to decorate my planner with. I use these ones from Michaels. So I get all of these, like this one is productivity, which I think is so great because that's something obviously that I love, and it'll have like, I know my favorite page of this is, it has like little, oh, see, look at that. You'll have seen me put some of these on, but it has like little copies, which is like my symbol for productivity. And I just love that. And then I have like memory planning, I have seasonal, and you can get any kind of stickers or things like this from Michaels. And that will just make your planner so much more fun for you. The other thing that you can get that will make it more fun is like washi tape like this. All you have to do is like basically cut this and use it to decorate your planner, and it just will make it so much more like beautiful and make you want to look at it. And you can even print out pictures like online and stuff and glue them in so that you have exactly what you're looking for. If you go on like Pinterest or We Hearted or something and find things that inspire you, and then you can put those right into your planner, that will make it more likely that you'll stick to your planner. So that's all I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that some of these tips helped you and that you're ready to plan for 2019 and to follow your goals and your resolutions. If you have any other ideas that I didn't mention, be sure to leave them down below in a comment. And I hope that you're having an amazing evening or day wherever you are. If you did like this video or liked any of these tips, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I will hopefully, based on my New Year's resolutions, be seeing you